I think Status Quo, more than any other outlet, to tell you the truth, has been reporting and reacting the most honestly that the former Vice President of the United Corporations of America, Joe Biden, is not well. And when I say that, Bernie says it doesn't bring me pleasure to call Trump a pathological liar. Believe it or not, it does not bring me pleasure to say Joe Biden's not well. I think he's terrible politically. I think he's done a lot of damage to the country, but I don't wish Joe Biden ill health. But I'm also somebody who has two eyes, uses common sense, and I don't have to worry about losing access to the Biden campaign. I don't have any anyway. And you're not watching Status Quo, so I have access to Joe Biden's campaign. I hope not. If you are, you're not getting your money's worth. So I could just speak honestly, because I'm not an access journalist like the rest of the pretend journalists are at CNN and MSNBC and New York Times and Washington Post. Joe Biden's not well. He forgot President Obama's name recently during a speech. He forgot two cities that had mass shootings within 24 hours of each other. He forgot what city he was in when he said he was in Vermont, when he was standing in New Hampshire. He keeps calling Angela Merkel Margaret Thatcher. He's called Theresa May Margaret Thatcher. He stutters through interviews. He doesn't seem to be able to even articulate certain words. He called Donald Trump Donald Hump. These are not gaffes. This is someone not cognitively well. And for those of you tired of me continually saying this, I think it's very important to keep saying it, because the bottom line is, it is dangerous. Forget if you're progressive or neoliberal or whatever. If your main intention is to defeat Donald Trump, pretty dangerous to that cause, pretty self-sabotaging to that cause, to put somebody up that potentially, whose brain we don't know what it's going to be in 6 months, 12 months. We don't know what his capabilities will be on a debate stage with Donald Trump. And if Joe Biden is on a debate stage with Donald Trump, forget it. If he's stuttering through words, if he can't remember things, if he's saying my time is up and just stop talking before he's cut off, just hand Trump the election. Why I think this debate tomorrow is very, very critical for Joe Biden, and indirectly for Bernie Sanders too. 3 hours is a very long time. 3 hours is a really, really long time for a debate. If somebody is struggling like Joe Biden is cognitively, which I don't think that's a controversial thing I don't think it's a controversial thing to say. I think any objective person looking at him knows he's struggling cognitively. Joe Biden, 3 hours is a really long time. It's a really, really long time. So if somebody's struggling cognitively, the longer you're on stage, the longer you're being posed questions. And remember, this is the first time he's going to be on the debate stage with Elizabeth Warren. The more arrows you're having pointed your way from Elizabeth Warren, from Bernie Sanders, frankly, I think Cory Booker might come at Joe Biden again. I think Kamala Harris might come at Joe Biden again. I even think somebody like Andrew Yang or Julian Castro or one of these lower polling people might come at Joe Biden. The more pressure and the more intellectual demands on you to respond to things, the more, if you're suffering from a cognitive decline, the more you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle with words. You're going to struggle with memory. You're going to struggle with timing of your words. I think what I've been saying for weeks and weeks and weeks, I think more people will start possibly saying it, because I think it's possible tomorrow it's going to be too obvious to be ignored, even by the corporate puppets pretending to be journalists on CNN, or in this case ABC News, where the debate's being held. I think it's very likely Biden might forget things while speaking. I think it's very likely Biden might do one of these, like, my time is up, and just stop talking, even though the debate moderators haven't cut him off. I think Warren is going to have some specific attacks at Biden, which is going to, frankly, he'll struggle with. Because if intellectually or cognitively you're declining, it's tough when you have so many people coming at you. So I think Biden could really struggle in this debate. I really do. I also think if Biden struggles, if he loses, or is seen to have a very, very damaging debate, I think some of his support might flee to Bernie Sanders. I think some of his support might flee to Bernie Sanders, which we're going to get into more later when I go into the latest polling. Hope you enjoyed that last video. Hop on over to statuscoup.com where you can sign up for our email list and become a member for as low as $5 to $10 a month. Membership is how we grow. That's statuscoup.com/join. And remember, join our email list so we can grow the revolution with you.